boy howdy, season 9 of Warcraft Rumble is going to be a doozy, and it is around the corner, if not already here by the time you see this video. Now, before we get into all of the awesome things that are coming in season 9 and how you can really min-max the whole season in advance, I want to give a quick shout out to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for working with me. Now, let's get straight into the juicy content. So season 9, again, it is going live on October 2nd, which is either here or very soon to be coming. But I wanted to make sure I broke all this down because at the very end of this sort of patch notes, it goes through what you can expect for the rest of the season. And that's where we can really plan ahead right now for the rest of our season, especially when it comes to PvP. Now, who is the new mini? Well, it's going to be Irsa, surprisingly enough. So our third Cenarian mini is going to be Irsa. So now they won't be available until season 10 on the grid, but don't worry, you can add her to your collection or of minis through the Irsa event starting on October 2nd. Now, the event I'm assuming is going to be very similar to the other events that we have recently, where you sort of have like the tree that you can go down. We saw that with the most recent mini in season 8 as well, which honestly I like a lot. I feel like I got a ton of stars for that mini. And I think it gives you a reason to play every day because there's some new quests that are added. Again, assuming that's what the event is, I have no idea. But I do think an event getting the new leader, especially someone like this who is so unique, but we'll get to that. I think this is a fantastic way of introducing them to the game. So again, Irsa is the new, is her name. Her role is a leader. She is Cenarian and her traits are Emerald Dream. What does that mean? All right, so the leader ability is Emerald Dream. So stuck in the Emerald Dream, Irsa cannot be played, but instead adds unique Emerald minis into your army. What? So your leader, very similar to Ragnaros, can't be played like any other mini. Ragnaros was the one where you can literally drop him near your tower and he jumps on top of your tower. So he doesn't move with your minis. Instead, he is just a very defensive mini. This one's similar in the aspect that you can't play her at all, but you instead get bonus minis basically that change what they do. Let's look at what they are. So the Emerald minis are as follows. There's Innervate, which is going to be a spell. Interesting. Cenarian at 3 gold, which already is a pretty huge W in my book because a lot of the Cenarian minis are very expensive so far. So 3 gold, the traits are Emerald Dream, description, generate 4 bonus gold over the next 10 seconds. Okay, so now you're generating more gold, basically net 1 gold, but at the cost of 3, you get 4 bonus golds over 10 seconds. Interesting. Again, I like that they're using sort of Innervate, which is a very much a spell from WoW that helped you get mana back, but in this one, it's giving you gold. I like this idea a lot. I wish this was just a spell that we had, honestly, but I'll take it in this aspect as well. The next one is going to be Emerald Wisps or Whelps, Whelps, which is going to be obviously 2 gold, which is very interesting. Again, cheaper units. The health is 130, damage is 110 plus 1 stack of poison. Okay. They're Poisonous Elemental and Emerald Dream, a menace trio of poisonous green whelps. So it sounds like it's basically just 3 whelps that also stack poison, which is pretty sick. All right. Then we have Hibernate, which is another spell. Cenarian, only 2 gold. Dude, what? That's crazy that all the Cenarians are like so expensive, except when you use Irsa, who literally has all of these bonus ones that are just super cheap. So 2 gold, radius of 8. Again, it's a spell. Emerald Dream is the trait, puts enemies to sleep, preventing them from moving or attacking for 8 seconds. Taking damage will wake them. So basically, it's a big sheep. Okay. I mean, I get it. 2 gold, but 8 radius. Interesting. I think there are some very strategic plays you could make here, especially, I mean, if you could do it for raids like Golemag, like you could really kind of like sheep and freeze certain things and help push around it. But honestly, I think this is very interesting. Again, 2 gold, only 2 gold cost. That seems wild to me. Totally wild. Okay, so we got 2 spells and 1 troop so far. Now we get the Emerald Drake. So this is another troop, only 3 gold, 340 health, 64 per tick, 5 ticks per breath attack, applies 3 stacks of poison per breath, 1 stack 1 stack at tick 1, 3, and 5. Basically, they're poisonous drakes. Okay. And then a fearsome green drake protects the skies of the Emerald Dream, raining poison down on its foes. So it seems like it's just going to be another, basically a dragon that does poison, except that's only 3 gold cost. Now, okay, so these are all the minis that you get inside your deck. Now, it doesn't replace anything. They're just added minis. Now, that is really important to note when we look at the talents for Yrsa. Now, let's look at them. So the talents are as follows. Recurring Dream. Yrsa's minis are twice as likely to show up in your hand, which means when you draw them, you're more likely to get one of the new ones than you would be otherwise. Now, Shared Dream. This Hibernate applies to all enemies on the map. So that is a specific spell. So of all of these traits, all of these new Emerald Dream minis, you're only buffing the Hibernate one, which is the one that was pretty cool. But it applies to all enemies on the map. 2 gold, and you literally freeze everyone on the map. Now, you can't necessarily stop your minis from attacking them, like if your minis are already out there, but you can certainly not deploy a mini and handle your business that way, which is very interesting. Again, I'm thinking more like, so I'm in the situation where I am at very much in game in Warcraft Rumble. I have obviously fully cleared 160 of those token things. I've beaten the full campaign, including the new Cenarian, Dream Realm, whatever. And now I'm just focused on raids, right? And beating it as efficiently as possible and looking forward to whatever new things come, maybe new sieges or new dungeons, whatever it may be. I look forward to that. But this is very different. So I'm just curious how this, like, it's very obvious how this will work from a PvP aspect. It'll just freeze the whole board. But from a PvE aspect in a raid, that's where I wonder, there's so many times where like freezing the entire map would actually be kind of sick. Huh. Interesting. We'll have to play with that when it comes out. And then there's Corrupted Dream. So Emerald Whelps and Emerald Drake apply twice as much poison. Okay, so now it's Corrupted Dream. You're basically doing twice as much damage with your non-spell mini. So again, there's 4 different minis, 2 spells, and 2 flying units, essentially. And then they would just do more damage, essentially. So that's very different. Huh. Now, my question is, do you have to play Yrsa? You can't play her, so she's not summonable. I'm just trying to think, like, is it like Ragnaros where like his skill changes once you play him? Like, do you have to play Yrsa, or are these just in your deck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would assume they're just in your deck, so you never actually get to play Yrsa. She's probably just there, or just exists, and then you just do. Either way, these talents seem really cool. If I were to prioritize them just based off my ever so brief knowledge of this reading, I would actually prioritize Reoccurring Dream, so that way you get those new minis twice as fast. But it is a game of chance, you know? I don't know. I think either that one or Corrupted Dream is what I would be most interested in, but I definitely think Recurring Dream, at least without testing it, is the one that I would prioritize. Because the whole thing is that you're getting these basically really cool minis, and you want to get them twice as fast. 5-head, right? I don't know. There's Yrsa. I'm really curious, like, where she's going to just be. Like, is she next to the tower? Do you not see her at all? I don't know. Like, she's a big dragon, you know? All right, so Yrsa mini event. So starting on October 2nd, complete challenges to earn tickets, then exchange those tickets for Cenarian tomes, Yrsa stars, grid overrides, and more. Be sure to claim your rewards before the event ends on October 15th. New emotes, the Angry Chicken emote will be available as a PvP reward, and the Banshee Scream emote will be earnable through the Guild War chest. Coming later in Season 9, a Hollow's End event. So the Headless Horseman will rise in Season 9. Will you survive? Complete challenges and claim baddie rewards, including tomes, new minis, cosmetics, and more. Now, the cosmetics, I would assume, are just towers, but realistically, I thought about this for a while. Like, why not just introduce cosmetics for minis in the game? You know what I mean? Like, why not? I don't know. You know, it'd be kind of cool if like Hellscream had like a different cosmetic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That I always wonder about that. New siege. Okay, so want to lay siege to the city of Ironforge, defeat dwarf assassins in the vault, face the mechanical marvel of Makitork, and the Deep Run Tram, and forge on into the heavily defended throne room to face Magni Brosenbeard. Very cool. So we are getting a new siege. Sieges are actually a lot of fun. They're pretty easy where I am in the game, but I think they are a phenomenal introduction to raids. Now, even if we don't get a new raid anytime soon, I'm still like, I mean, getting to Ragnaros is still a challenge. Beating Ragnaros is even more of a challenge. So I think sieges are a phenomenal way of getting new players into the ability of playing raids sooner. Because a lot of the, like, if you do your sieges every week or every time they come around, you can really fast forward your ability of doing raids faster, in my opinion. Seasonal schedule. So events, we have the Gadget Bonanza that already happened, the Ursa's events from the 2nd to the 15th, Stormwind Siege, which will be the 9th through the 15th, and then October 23rd through the 29th will be a Molten Core raid again. And then they've added some new combinations for Arc-like Surges, including the Cenarian Leaders and Sylvanas. Oh, cool. Drop-down schedule of rotating weekly families, dungeons, PvP, and Arc-like Surges. So I highly recommend those of you that want to push PvP, come here and plan out your PvP season. So I generally get to Iron Forge rank every season, but there are definitely seasons that are not ideal for the leaders that I use the most. So I deliberately sort of like pin my the notes for the month, if you will, and then plan my PvP timing around it. So that way I know, like, so this first one is Guard Tower followed by Dragon, collateral damage and first strike. It's not a bad one. It's definitely different. It's sort of balanced, but there are some that are just like the rocket ones, like the Dragon Towers can be rough for certain ones. First strike followed by Gold Rush, you know, so some of these can be very like deliberate and challenging to your deck. So you might even want to plan around that. So that's what I really wanted to get to here at the end of the video, guys, is just if you want to push in PvP, make sure you really look at these talents and modifiers and make sure you're pushing the one, like pushing when it makes sense. Don't wait to the very end and then be like, oh no, I have a rocket, stone blind, and then clean fight. Now this one's actually pretty nice. I think stone bind is where if you defeat a tower, it doesn't come back. It just turns to a stone, like the stone summoning stone or whatever. I could be wrong there. I don't remember the name. I'm better with like the images, but I'll be making videos and guides for all of the PvP sort of weeks. So if you want to see that, make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for watching this far. And once again, thank you so much for Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. I hope to see you guys in a video soon.